Thank you, my loves. Thank you so much for being a part of our royal court. So I'm going to take the time out right now to give you the first bits of royal court love. So we're talking about holy matrimony, sacred intercourse, and building intentional empires or intentional empire building. And I'm going to say them in that order. I am actually, because that's necessary. So for those of you who are aligned in this space, you knew why you were here. You know why you're here. So I'm going to just unpack from that space. Let's start with the big kahuna, the holy matrimony. If you haven't already done so, feel free to download a copy of the Art of Love guidebook that I have, which is a journal and is self-guided. You can go through the prompts because that is the first stage of healing in a relationship and before you enter a relationship. So if you are single and you want to go through this journey on your own, that is encouraged, because the goal of a healthy, holy, divine pairing of couples and power souls is to heal together. And it's even better if you've started the process on your own, because you're aligning with yourself and then you're aligned with someone who's already started their work. And it's such a beautiful space when you can come together in a space of love without having to heal all of the trauma that you packed on over the years, whether that be by familial trauma that you learned, you saw, or the things that you've encountered in your relationships over time. So I would definitely say download that. If you're in this space, if you're seeing this, you have access to that that workbook or that guidebook. And I would say on your own time, go through that. That'll be another episode or another video where I might take the time to go through each piece with you, and we'll see how we can work that out. If you are interested in doing a maybe a weekly or monthly sit down as we go through those questions and I help you unpack them, let me know and we can arrange some sort of something. All right, so let's get into this holy matrimony. You're aligning with someone that is divinely presented for you. This is the hand that wrote it all. You want that kind of love. You want to bring that into your life, or you already have it. We're going to start with bringing it into your life. I'm going to say from the get-go, start with the groundwork. How do you need to heal? What do you need to heal from? What are the stories you told yourself about love, relationships, what's possible, what's not possible? Those are the things you want to unpack first. If you've been telling yourself that love is going to be hard, it's something that's going to take so much work and so much energy, and it only ends a certain way, you can't guarantee you're going to find the right person, then you've already started off on the wrong foot. You need to unpack that. Why do you feel that way about love? What did you see growing up as a child, as a teen, even as an adult? What have you encountered that has given you this sense of love being such a hard thing to bring into your life, as well as realize and just be in? What is that? Unpack that for yourself. And you can do that by starting with the Art of Love book. But that's neither here nor there. Back to it. So holy matrimony is all about aligning with that person, or being in that space with your person. If you've already found that person, if you've encountered your significant other, you're married, you have your spouse, then I will definitely say your goal is to heal together so that you can progress into building that empire. And let's start with empire. Well, let's talk a little bit about empires, because everybody's empire is different. Yours is going to look different from mine and my husband's. Mine's going to look different from someone else's. And nobody's going to build the same empire, because that's not why we're here. We're all threads in the tapestry of life, and we're unique threads. One thread is necessary for the other. So when you combine with your person and y'all become like one flesh, then your thread as a couple and as a family is meant to do a certain thing in the tapestry. So you're going to look a lot different in the tapestry. You might share some of the same components of other threads or people. You may have certain faiths that you share, certain beliefs and traditions and things that you do, whatever have you, but you're going to ultimately be a different thread. And because our creator as a unit the big kahuna who crafted all of this that we see, has created each thread for a specific purpose, each union for a specific purpose. And because of that, you have to master your own self and then your own relationship, your own marriage, your own family, your parenting, all of those. Because holy matrimony is about building not only a coupleship, if you will, but also the familial side of things, the family. If you choose to just be you and your significant other, that's a whole nother thing. That's perfectly fine. If you are just being single, same concept. Your duty is to master self and build from there. So, in order to build these amazingly intentional empires, you have to first commit to healing and doing the work that you need to do. Period. All right. So the next thing on my list is talking about sacred intercourse. I always smile with that because it's such an interesting topic. And I don't want to get into all of the hoopla of like how you gonna do it and where you gonna do it, but I'm talking about the energy exchange, because intercourse means the concept and the etymology of intercourse is to run or between. So run between something or be between a run, however you want to phrase it, because enter is between. I don't know why I did it like that. Well, that's gonna go weird. So enter is to mean, it means between, or it comes from, I want to say Latin to mean between. And course means like to run, so you run a course. When we are running, we're expending the energy. We're doing something. We're running along something. Energy runs, all sorts of things. So when we think about intercourse in the nature of sexual intercourse, or in this case, sacred intercourse, actually, I'm going to separate the two. When we talk about sexual intercourse, we're talking about the exchange of sexual energy. And so when we're exchanging that energy, or we have allowed that energy to run between two people, that is a process that is, for me, is sacred. And when I say sacred, I mean we are acknowledging that the act of being sexual itself should be sacred and can be sacred. Is it always deemed as sacred? No, because people just do what they do, and they, knocking boots, as people say back in the day. And it's not always deemed as a sacred act. And so we start to see a lot of energies get created, homes becoming, or I ain't gonna say homes, I'm gonna say houses, and households formed, but they're not necessarily happy homes or prosperous homes or intentional homes, because people are just flinging energy around. And energy, as we know, can't be created or destroyed. It has to be transmuted into another form. And a lot of times that form is a child. And that child takes on the traumas and the negative energies or the passive energies that may come from the couple. And we don't want none of that. I'm not going to say that is always bad, because good comes out of those situations. Don't get it twisted. But I'm acknowledging the intentionality of sacred intercourse. So that is when you're healing through intercourse. You're allowing yourself to experience things and be with the person that you desire to be with and that desires to be with you. And you're building not only a physical, you're not just building a physical empire, but you're building a spiritual empire on your intercourseal level. So I'm acknowledging there's so many things at play. Like physically, there's an empire being built, and spiritually, there's an empire being built. Sexually, there's an empire being built. So we want to be mindful of that which our matrimony creates and is allowing to be transmuted into this world. And so building an empire begins on the surface as well as underneath the matrimony that you're bringing to the table, as well as your intercourse. And this is for your, and like, let me stop here, because there are couples out there who pride themselves on not having sex, and they learn to have a different form of intercourse. And that is not my space. I'm not speaking from that space. I comprehend it. And if that's something you would like to speak on personally, because that is the kind of relationship you have, I'm more than happy to do that. However, the conversation we're having is for, us that's out here actually knocking boots and creating babies that are not just spirit babies, but are also actual living, breathing souls. Whether they still remain here in our space, because I want to be very sensitive and understand and acknowledge the beautiful souls that made it here, but they crossed back over because they were only here to give us a breath of beauty and light, right? And so I'm very intentional with what I'm articulating with you. This is a space speaking primarily to those who are creating sacred moments through intercourse, who are creating holy matrimony through marriage and commitment, because marriage is a questionable term when we talk about the legalities. We're talking about the lawful, spiritual, divine, ordained marriage given by the Creator to allow two souls to become one and create life. That is why you're here. And if that is why you're here, you come to the right space. So thank you once again for, giving of your energy, and especially your financial energy, into this space. And I hope to be, I'm striving to be a good steward of your energy that you're granting me in these times, and in an effort to, get us all in love because I love to see love, and I desire for us to build and grow together. So I will catch you in the next one. I have been talking for the last 2.5 hours. I will see y'all in the next one. I love you. If you are watching this video on YouTube, do subscribe, like, share, comment, all those things. And if you are watching this video and you're not a paid subscriber, I just want you to know that these videos for holy matrimony and sacred intercourse, as well as empire building, the very detailed conversations will be on my Patreon page. It will be available for subscriber only content in terms of my podcast as well. So if you are seeing this here, head on over and become a subscriber if you would like to get some more of this love as we break down a lot of these topics surrounding how to really manifest your divine relationship. If you would like a consultation, if you would like a consultation with me, whether it's you as a single person or you are with a couple, or you are a couple, either way, contact me. The links are in my description. You can find them on my page as well. I would be more than happy to sit with you, schedule a time to do a paid consultation so that we can unpack what you need to unpack, because I'm here for love. I am here for love. There's nothing outside of that. Like, I'm literally, the only reason I feel like I exist at this point is to make sure everybody's loving. And I mean that so beautifully, intentionally, and so innocently as well. I just want to see you love. So if you are aligning in this space at this moment, I thank you, Meku. Welcome. Bilahuk for being here. I love you. Maya Ndesteka. Wo ani jatam te istaru uhabuk te amo. All those languages that mean I love you. Have a good one. I will see you in the next one.